let's have some fun. How are you feeling? All right, how are you really feeling? Take a moment, tune in, and find one word that describes how you're feeling right now. How do you usually respond when someone asks you that question? How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. Good and all right aren't actual feelings. So why can it be so hard for us to answer that question? Maybe we don't know how we're feeling. Maybe we don't have the words to put to our feelings. Or maybe we got the message when we were younger that sharing our feelings is not okay. If the important adults in our lives weren't able to notice and name our feelings, it can actually be very difficult to answer the question, how are you feeling? In my role as an occupational therapist and researcher, I think a lot about how feelings impact a child's play and learning. I am also a mum, a daughter, a partner, a sister, and a friend. Feelings. They cross all of my worlds, all of my roles, and all of my relationships. So how do I support feelings in my work and also with my children at home? For young children to do their best playing and learning, they need to feel safe, calm, and interested. And they need to trust that the important adults in their lives are there to help and support them. So I think a lot about how to help parents support their child's feelings so that their child experiences this readiness to learn. We call this emotional regulation. Now, young children can't organise their feelings on their own yet. Their brain isn't ready for that. And anybody who has ever given a toddler a drink in the wrong coloured cup can probably relate to this. Young children need help organising their feelings. We call this co-regulation. As we grow older, our brain matures, we move through the issue of the wrong coloured cup more easily. We can start to organise our feelings on our own. We call this self-regulation. But even as adults, there's still times when we need co-regulation, like if we've had a really bad day at work and we just need to phone a friend. Another way to approach this is the thinking-feeling seesaw. I know, you've all been wondering, what is this about? Often, when a child's feelings are up, their thinking is down. They can't do their best learning and playing until we help them organise their feelings. As feelings go down, thinking is able to come back up again. Now, this is linked to the different parts of our brain and how our brain works. When we are thinking, we are using our frontal lobes. So, for example, a child trying to put a puzzle together, they're having to think about which piece goes where and how do I turn it around the right way. That's all happening in their frontal lobe. Uh-oh, it's not working. The limbic system, more towards the back of their brain, it fires and thinking is shut off. Feelings come back up. The child throws the puzzle, storms off and slams the door. We've all been there. Now, in this moment, it can be very tempting as the adult to try and talk to the child about what has just happened. Oh, come on, mate, it's fine, just have another go. But processing language happens in the frontal lobe, and thinking at the moment is down. So a child's not able to process language rationally. Instead, we could say, that got hard. You look frustrated and angry. Yeah, I know, I saw that. I can help. Let's have a cuddle. We'll try again together. Feelings start to come down. When I said, that got hard, you look frustrated and angry, you may have noticed my voice changed and I scrunched up my face. And it's this change in verbal tone and facial expression that starts to soothe the limbic system. Much more helpful than what I actually say in that moment. So for an adult to help a child with their feelings, we generally need to be pretty calm ourselves. If our thinking feeling seesaw flips and we yell, "Hey, that is not on, mate. You're being ridiculous. You know the rules. There's no throwing in this house." Things that I have said. That's not going to bring thinking online for either the parent or the child. Now, of course, it's natural. There are times when our feeling-thinking seesaw will flip. Or there are moments when we feel we need to step in. But if our aim is to help the child return to the puzzle, us being angry too is not going to be the smoothest pathway there. I was working with a little boy recently. He was 6 years old, in his first year of school, and he had a diagnosis of autism and ADHD. This little boy would become very upset very easily, and that would generally result in him throwing furniture across the room. The therapists that had been working with him had tried lots of things, and they were finding that their usual approaches didn't seem to be helping with this little boy. So I met with the family and I asked this little boy's mum, "What are you hoping for your little boy?" She said she really wanted him to be able to do a full day of school. She hated getting those phone calls. She needed to come and pick him up early because he had got so upset and his feelings had totally overwhelmed him. She said she wanted to find ways to help him with his feelings so that he could do his best learning. In this moment, he's running around the room, happily shouting about all the things that he can see. So I asked his mum, "What do you think he's feeling right now?" And she said, "I think he's pretty happy to be here." And we talked about how he was a little boy who would get so happy and so excited that he would move lots and make lots of noise. So I asked her to have a go at putting words to what he was feeling and also what his body was doing. And she said, "I think you're happy to be here. You look excited. Your body is feeling busy." He kept running around the room and she kept practicing putting words to his feelings. After a moment, he paused, turned to her and ran in for a massive hug. He gathered some of the toys and he took them to her. He started to add lots of ideas to his play. He was still busy and loud, and he was really engaged, and he was enjoying the whole experience. His mum kept practicing putting words to what he was doing and feeling, and he kept playing. She said, "You're putting the mask on. You're a superhero. You're having so much fun. Your body is moving really fast." At the end of the session, she was delighted. She said that she hadn't seen her little boy stay so focused for that amount of time, and she hadn't seen him add so many new ideas to his play. She said she now had a tool that she could use to help her little boy with his feelings. Then I let him know that it was time to leave. and he started to look upset. So I named his feelings. "Oh, you look sad. I think you're sad because it's time to go." He said, "Yeah, usually when I'm sad I throw things." So I said, "Yeah, I know, mate. It can be really hard leaving. You've had fun today. It's time to go. You grab Mum's hand and you can open the door for me." So he happily grabbed Mum's hand, threw the door open and left the session. No chairs were thrown. After this, his mum kept going at home with putting words to his feelings, and his teachers started doing it too. He was able to do full days of school. This was the thinking, feeling seesaw in action. Now, this might sound really easy, putting words to children's feelings, but it can actually be incredibly difficult, especially when we're feeling stressed ourselves. Recently, my younger brother passed away, very suddenly and very tragically. I felt shock, sadness, anger, and pain. Everything in me wanted to protect my children from this pain, and I knew that I couldn't. So I sat down with my 6-year-old son and my 3-year-old daughter, and I told them that I had some sad news. My son asked if our dog was dying. I said, "No, our dog is okay. Someone in our family has died. Uncle Dave has died." My son put his hand on his heart. He let out a guttural cry. He said, "It hurts, Mummy." Again, everything in me wanted to take this pain away from him. And again, I knew that I couldn't. So I had to work on regulating myself first by taking deep breaths in and out. After a moment, I said, "I know, sweetie, it hurts. You look so sad. I feel sad too." He nestled in and he said, "Oh, Mum, I'm so sad. How do I make this go away?" Said, we can't make it go away, sweetie. We can be here together, we can talk about it, and we can help each other. You might find you feel sad, and then happier, and then sad again. That's okay." In this moment, my daughter said, "Well, I'm not too sad, Mummy." Because Uncle Dave is with his mummy now. And we talked about how it's okay to have different feelings. And we had some more hugs. Then my son said, "Well, I think eating chocolate and watching Star Wars Lego will help now, Mum." I thought, hang on, is this a ploy? Or is this him trying to avoid his feelings? And then I reflected that as a child, trying to resolve this issue from his frame of reference, this was actually a very appropriate response. He wasn't using chocolate and TV to hide from his feelings. He had expressed them, and now he was trying to work out what action he could take next to help him. After this, my children started playing again, and my son came running up to me. He said, "Oh, Mum, I was sad, now I'm happier, I'm playing again." His feelings didn't paralyse him or stop him from doing the next thing. Processing emotions takes time, and it's really important that we're able to tune in and follow a child's signals about when they need to change topic and when they're ready to come back and talk about it again. Lots of us weren't supported with feelings when we were younger because our parents may not have been either. And it's very hard to give what we didn't receive ourselves. How great would it be if we could grow a generation of children who are able to notice their feelings, name them, and respond to them? Now, we can't be naming feelings all the time. That's not practical or realistic. But every time we are able to do it, it gives our children the message that their feelings are valid and okay to share. All of them. The happy ones and the hard ones. So, the message that I want to leave you with today is how important it is to notice your feelings and put words to them. Because when feelings are more regulated, you're able to get back to your best thinking, doing, and playing too, just like the seesaw. Whew. Right. So how am I feeling? Relief. I remembered most of my words. And thankful to have the opportunity to share my stories with you today. And now it's your turn. Thank you. No. Hang on. You don't get out of it that easily. Now it's your turn. How are you feeling?